Hello, today I'm going to discuss a case study on one of my students. I will call her JJ. I'll talk more about the school profile, the student profile, her academic history, her behavior strengths and challenges, and the plan of action and interventions. Our school is located in Al Jahra, Kuwait. It is an IB Word school that follows the IB PYP curriculum and the IRO standards. We usually have 20 to 25 students in our classes. Almost 90% of our students are ELL learners who are mostly Kuwaitis. There is one homeroom teacher for each class and one teaching assistant up to grade 2, where they start sharing the assistant for 2 classes. Currently, we're starting school at 2:30 and ending it at 6. There is a 30 minutes break at 4 o'clock. We are currently using Zoom for online classes and CISO for assignments. JJ is 8 years old. She lives with her dad, her mom, and 4 other sisters. They attend the same school. She has one younger sister with her in the school and 2 older sisters in the middle school. She was never absent this year. She is a bright student who seems to have the capability to contribute and learn when she applies herself. She is a sweetheart, but she has a short attention span. She has a really good relation with her family members who are always caring and supportive. But the only issue they are facing is the English language. They are not able to communicate using the language, so she has no background in her home. The reason why I chose JJ is that she was not able to complete any work outside of the classroom. She wasn't able to accomplish any of the CISO assignments. She would always ask for assistance, time extensions, apologize for missing the work, and end up not turning anything back. She needs intensive supervision and checks to ensure work was done. Her parents were really supportive, so the admin recommended that I have to communicate with them. This was her assignment at the beginning of the year.
Miss, that I write it or I read it. What, Miss?
I contacted her mom by calling her on the phone, and I had a translator right next to me so that we can have a better communication. Her mom was really caring. She knows that she is unable to help her because of the language barrier, and I didn't want her to feel guilty because of that, so I encouraged her to connect to CISO, where we can message frequently and figure out the best for JJ. Her dad was also really supportive and involved in JJ's learning. I told them that I'm gonna be adding some Arabic translation to the activities and that they should monitor her work. I also recommended having JJ's eldest sister review her work and homework. Regarding the academic history, and after reviewing the interim reports, she was able to identify numbers and operations in base 10, ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding in the text. She was more able to engage in a discussion, and I will be helping and prompting her using and adding more vocabulary into her language, where she could explain and express her ideas and understanding more often. She was able to explain the function of the nouns, pronouns, verbs, and adjectives. I talked to her teacher from last year. He told me she was a bit a slow learner, but she was always trying to help and trying her best to learn. Even her dad, he would be waiting for her at the end of the day just so that she would finish her work or finish copying from the board.
That
This is another sample of her CISO work at the beginning of the year.
no let me do it. That my sister is do it. I am my sister. Okay. Wait.
At the beginning of the year, I thought JJ is the kind of student who has a lot of behavior issues. And she used to always make silly faces on the screen. She would do that when I'm sharing my screen, as she thought that I will not be able to see her. She would stop when I asked her to do so, but she kept on repeating these behaviors regularly. JJ didn't have any behavior issues last year, as per her homeroom teacher. She used to get along well with her peers and make good friendship relations. So that's why I think it wasn't a big deal that she didn't have a lot of behavior issues. I knew that JJ missed the online school at the end of last year, so I think that's why she was really confused. Therefore, I planned some actions to help her out. First, I started by adding Arabic translation to the assignments on CISO. I met with her twice a week and illustrated how she has to do the CISO assignments. I'm implementing more online games as she's really interested in such games. We are repeating frequently. I'm using guided questions with simpler vocabularies. I am communicating with her mom every single day, using positive reinforcement for every participation she does, just so that she's more self-confident and to prevent any of the disruptive behaviors with the silly faces that she used to do. When I plan and teach my lessons, I include a lot of visuals and kinesthetic elements to assure that my students are all engaged and to accommodate JJ at the same time. Apparently, these interventions are helping JJ out as the number of silly faces she used to do is less now. I will keep on following up with her by communicating with her parents regarding her progress. I will continue to encourage her by focusing on the positive actions and progression that she makes. I will continue to observe her progression and record all the needed data, and I will use formative assessment and her feedback together. 5 people got it right. Good job. Wow, I am proud. No questions now, please. And Julie. That was a Kahoot game where she got the first place, and even here on Raskits, she earned the most stars. Hopefully, I'll be able to help her to improve more.